there gamer guys and gals, I'm Richie and welcome to IG Critic. Mothers are great, aren't they? They teach us, raise us, shower us with love and affection and prepare us for the epic quests ahead. Well, not in these video games they don't. Here they are mean, cruel, selfish and overbearing until it kills you. IG Critic now presents 7 completely unfit mothers in video games. Spoilers ahead for the following. Kids and video games go hand in hand, like beans on toast, rice and curry, fish and chips. Now I'm hungry. The point is, some mums have the notion that video games are bad for children. They will rot your brains, give you square eyes, turn your skin green, etc. So when chipper young 9-volt gets a new game, he plans to play well into the early hours of the morning. But gamers don't need sleep. High definition graphics sustain us, give us energy, invigorate our very lives with meaning and purpose. The game itself was simple. You'd play a series of minigames on your gamepad while keeping an eye out on the screen and an ear for the parental warden consistently popping in to check you were asleep. Comment below if this was your actual childhood. The truth is, we all need a good night's sleep, no matter what our age may be. For that, she's a pretty good mum. What's not so good is how she goes about it. She stomps up and down the corridor. She practices handstands right outside your bedroom window. She even breaks the laws of physics and comes crawling out of your TV. If her probing eyes don't convince you she means business, the music certainly will. That's not parenting, that's creepy. She spends more time worrying that you aren't asleep when she should really be dealing with the old man who casually opens your bedroom window in the dead of night. Come on mum, get your priorities straight. To be a queen. The pretty gowns, the balls, the parties, everyone addressing you as Your Highness or Your Royal Majesty. Your own army of airships and courtiers to fulfill your every whim. Secure in the knowledge that being queen, you have the power to do whatever you want and that everyone should bow to your will. That's what Queen Braine of Alexandria believes at any rate. Apparently she used to be a real sweetheart. At some point though, greed got the better of her, and her lust for power grew until it eclipsed the entire world. Her secretly adopted daughter, Princess Garnet, is well loved by the people, yet as Garnet matured, so too did Braine's lust for power. Braine was patient. Biding her time, she waited until Garnet was old enough to extract her birthright, the magical summon stones of the Eidolons nestled inside her. She nurtured Garnet to maturity, raising her in the ways of royalty and refinement. After finally gaining the power she long sought, the Queen sends assassins to end her daughter's life, casting her aside like yesterday's oblops. Braine then rallies her army of artificially created black mages and sets forth with the mighty power of summoning magical monsters of mythical might to bring the kingdom and beyond under her heel. If I was her daughter, I'd feel more than just a little betrayed. Braine is a selfish queen and a terrible mother. You have to really respect single parents. Raising their children alone and working a full-time job takes more resolve than most of us can imagine. Yet there is one thing that this single mum loves much more than her children. Everyone loves Pokemon. Small kids, big kids, people from all corners of the globe. Pokemon are awesome and there are so many to discover and train. In the Alola region, you won't find anyone more passionate about Pokemon than Lusamine. She even formed the Aether Foundation to protect Pokemon in danger, creating safe environments for them to thrive and working hard to protect and promote awareness of their natural habitats. Nothing has been spared in the preservation of Pokemon. When she learned about the Ultra Beasts, however, her affection became a compulsion. She became so obsessed with Pokemon that she even began to neglect her own family. So much so, both her kids stole/liberated extremely rare Pokemon from the secret research labs beneath the Foundation and ran off to face the world alone. Lusamine never stopped searching for them. The rare Pokemon, not her kids. She would rather abandon humanity altogether to live in a parallel dimension with her precious poisonous squid beasts than accept any responsibility raising her family. The few times she does come face to face with her kids, she speaks to them as she would any other subordinate. So what if kids can't breathe fire? Or so what if you can't pack them easily in a convenient ball? Or so what if they don't obey your every order, or learn new commands easily, or even be as cute as Pikachu? Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, she's a bad mum. This Queen Mum has it all. An enormous castle, loyal servants, and wicked magical powers. Judging her by appearance alone, it's safe to say that she's not exactly the cuddles and hugs type. She is shrouded in a cloak of shadow, has an army of shadow minions and children from the village sacrificed to her on a regular basis. The Queen keeps her only daughter Yorda not only confined to the castle, but suspended in an iron cage with very little consideration for comfort or hygiene. She is allowed no freedom, indeed no interaction with others of any kind, not even the liberty to walk around her own home. Though she appears to be a Queen of Darkness, because, you know, she is, she does show some apparent concern when her daughter Yorda attempts to flee the confines of the castle with a horned boy she's only just met. Turns out her overprotectiveness has a more nefarious subtext. She plans to extend her own life by sacrificing her daughter's soul and taking possession of her body. When Aiko and Yorda continue their attempts at escape from one of the most confusing castles ever built, to prevent any further misbehaving, she turns her daughter into a stone statue, which brings a whole new emphasis to the term grounded. Some parents can be so harsh. Our next 3 games contain scenes of a graphic, gory, and sensitive nature. For those of you without a stomach lined with adamantium, skip ahead now to save yourself from the following gory scenes.
Where am I? What the hell?
Rise and shine, sleepyhead. It's time for supper.
They say there's nothing like Mum's home cooking. Well, there's nothing like this Mum's home cooking. Marguerite Baker, like the rest of the Baker family, is so much more unstable than she first appears.
Eat it. It's good.
She takes her motherly role very seriously. She's responsible for keeping the family fed, caring for her babies, and ensuring that everybody behaves themselves. After a fashion.
Hit him!
Yes.
She takes pride in her cooking. Her culinary cuisine involves bones, organs, and other body parts marinated only in the most cultivated of pus and other bodily fluids. It's rude in normal society to turn down a meal. With her, it just might get you killed. She is very attentive to you, and indeed any others in her charge. Her concern is so strong that if she suspects you are thinking of trying to get away from her, even for a moment, she will hunt you down. She will never stop, never rest, never give up. Her persistence will bug you, literally. Her whole body is infested with multiple insect life forms. As they grow inside of her, she considers them her babies. There are so many she can't keep them contained. She spews the things. In the bedroom DLC, you get the full mothering Marguerite treatment. She's a good housekeeper, I'll give her that, provided the house is a dirty giant puzzle box in a swamp. She remembers where everything is supposed to be, right down to the tiniest detail. If you ever needed an excuse to keep your room tidy, this is it.
Your son has become corrupted by sin. He needs to be saved. I will do my best to save him, my lord.
Isaac and his mother live alone in a house on a hill, far from civilization. Yeah, that always ends well. Mum loves Isaac. She loves him so much that when a disembodied voice tells her she must take away all his possessions to strip his soul clean of sin, she unquestioningly does so. Sorry, Isaac, that means no toys, no teddies, and no clothes. Sad times. I guess too much TV really is bad for you. A second time, the voice speaks to her of Isaac's sin and she locks him away from the outside world. But when the voice asks her to sacrifice her own son to prove how devout she is, Isaac rushes into action, seeking a way out. He manages to escape through a hidden trapdoor and then another, descending deeper into the basement, through catacombs, deep away from the light of day. But Mother is always watching, never far behind. In fear of Mother's wrath, Isaac must face all manner of fears and psychoses. Isaac's abandonment just breaks his mother's heart. Quite literally, if he wants any chance at survival. She is a tower of a woman who can't quite seem to fit into the basement after Isaac. Still, her determination pushes her to squeeze through any crevice, forcing her way into the boss chamber in order to do God's work and end her son's life.
Oh, and the father, he is but a shadow. Oh, how my children protect me. How they love me.
The citizens of Ferelden are always on high alert whenever a blight falls upon the land, but the women have more to fear than simple death. Serious trauma can seriously warp your perception. All Broodmothers began life as a standard woman, be they human, elf or dwarf. Abducted from her home and hearth, she is then tainted with darkspawn blood. Once in captivity, the Darkspawn have ways of breaking their captive, both physically and mentally. First, they are force-fed on Darkspawn flesh. Then, they are force-fed Darkspawn... well, the polite word is regurgitation. This begins their mutation into an insectal monstrosity for the sole purpose of endlessly birthing Darkspawn soldiers to be sacrificed in the cause of humanity's elimination.
That's why they hate us. That's why they need us. That's why they take us. That's why they feed us.
Normally they aren't too fussed about the fates of their litter, usually eating one or two of them for sustenance to sate their more carnivorous tendencies. There is one that is slightly different. Only known as the Mother, she has been awakened by the Architect, freed from the thrall of the Archdemon, the tainted dragon leading the blight upon the land. freed from the link and goal-orientated drive that all Darkspawn share, she is driven mad by the guilty weight of her actions and the monster she has become.
That's a lot of nipples.
Her goal is to reconnect herself and any others who share her dismay back to the call of the old gods. Not just her, but all her children as well, binding all her family to the mindless whim of a higher power. Rather than educate her spawn and work with the Father to bring peace to the land, to eradicate the blight from history, she chooses to damn all her offspring into mindless servitude and inevitable bloodshed through slavery and sacrifice. Yep, you made the right choice there, Mum.
Am I not beautiful?
Those were 7 completely unfit mothers in video games. What do you think? Do you know any other naughty mums who should be on this list? Maybe you have some bad dads in mind that ruin all the fun. Feel free to leave us a message in the comment section here on YouTube or on one of the social media links listed in the description below. Feel free to chat about any games you like. As the saying goes, everyone's a critic. I'm Richie. See you next time. Thank you for watching IG Critic. If you enjoyed viewing it as much as we did making it, then please remember to give a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. For more on video games, feel free to check out our other content here on YouTube and over on igcritic.com.